me, Mitsuhide, just taking a break from Dark Souls for a bit. I am gonna broadcast and upload some more Dark Souls to YouTube. But I just wanted to talk about this Nioh real quick. I've been hearing things that, it's just a poorly done Dark Souls ripoff, or it's just trying to cash in because like Dark Souls is no longer niche anymore, or it's a clone or whatever. I think yeah, it does have a lot of similarities to Souls, which is not a bad thing. I mean, let's face it, Dark Souls is a shit. It's always has been the shit. It just people didn't realize Dark Souls was a shit until Bloodborne came out. But I think I actually kind of like it better than Dark Souls. Like it's probably like blasphemous to say, but it's not. I mean, it does need work. Like, I mean, there's things I don't like. Like I said, the whole lock-on system is kind of weird. I mean, I figured out how to work around it. You basically just gotta hold block if you want to strafe around. And I mean, it takes some getting used to, but it's easy to get used to. It does require a little bit more patience than Dark Souls. Like if you just try to, come at it like you would a Dark Souls game, you will get your ass kicked. Like you'll get your ass handed to you, because like whatever your level means a lot. Like in Dark Souls, what soul level you are didn't really mean all that much. You know what I mean? As long as you had like the skill or whatever, like it's soul level 1 and beast people, as long as you have the skills. I'm sure this is the same way, with time or whatever, but I mean, just this guy here, like the first enemy you encounter will just annihilate you at level 1, just like one-shot you. And I mean, so some people say that's artificial difficulty, but I don't think, not really, because I mean, you have skills. I think what makes me like it better is just the atmosphere as a whole. Like, I've always been into, the whole samurai thing. Like, it's weird, because, like, I prefer, like, I really like Chinese stuff a lot better. Like, there's more in Chinese culture that I enjoy, but, like, as far as, like, Japanese things go, like, I mean, the only thing I really like about it is just the whole samurai, aspect thing. Like, I'm not much into, like karate or anything like that, but just the whole samurai thing I always thought looked cool. Like, always just thought their armor looks cool, the weapons they use, all that stuff. But, like, as far as anything else, like, as far as martial arts are concerned, I prefer Chinese martial arts. But I just love the Japanese style. Like, the most perfect thing to me would be if you just use like Chinese martial arts with Japanese weapons. That would be the shit. Like, if they ever made a character in a video game or a fighting game like that, like a Chinese dude using kung fu but wielding Japanese weapons, that would be my shit. That's like the perfect combination. And I think that's what I mean, the whole atmosphere of Dark Souls is cool and all. It fits the narrative. But I've always wanted to see a Dark Souls game that was in, like more Eastern, which is what this is. And then I just like, the combat. It's a lot more fast-paced. Like, I mean, not that Dark Souls is too slow or anything. Like I said, I love Dark Souls, but I just like the pacing of this, the way the fighting works, the dismemberment aspects of it. Like, I mean, you can just chop heads smooth off in this. Like, something about that shit's cool to me. So, like, I mean, isn't better? I guess that's a matter of opinion. You can't really say for sure one is better than the other. It's up to the person playing. Like, I think right now it's just the fact that this is new to me. Like Dark Souls, I mean, I've been playing Souls since Demon Souls, so it's kind of like ingrained. You already know what to expect, but this is like, I think that's what makes it cool, because this is brand new. Like, will it get stale? I don't think so. Like, I've been playing this alpha like it's the real game. You know, it hasn't gotten stale yet. I guess the real test will be, you know, when the actual game comes out. But it'd definitely be awesome, you know, in the long run. I can't wait to see the finished game and actually play it. I mean, it doesn't... I like that it's different enough to not scare people away from it, but challenging enough to, like, keep those of us who play Souls, you know, engaged in it. We won't be bored with it or what have you, so I think that shit's cool. So I'm definitely looking forward to the finished game. I'd love to play that and review it. It's going to be awesome, especially since, like I'm saying, the apparently Souls 3 is supposed to be the last Souls game. I mean, I'm sure they'll make another Soul-like game at some point. You know, maybe a Bloodborne 2 or something to that effect, but it's just cool to have another Souls game. I mean, like, it's kind of like Diablo. Like, remember, well, Diablo's still the shit, but, like, remember when Diablo was really the shit? And then there was all those other games that were Diablo-like, and just people were clamming for, like, Champions of Norath and, you know, the Baldur's Gate games on PS2. You know, dungeon crawler games, you know, it's like a genre that you like and love and want to see more of it. So it's the same thing with Souls, you know, it's good to see more Souls-like games coming out. So, like, better than Dark Souls? Maybe, maybe not, but for certain. I mean, I've seen him play other quote-unquote Souls-like games, and by far this is the best of those. Like, what was it, Lords of the Fallen or whatever? It was cool, but it didn't really quite, you know, it was missing something. It was missing a lot, actually. So, same thing with Bloodborne. Like, Bloodborne was a good game, but there was a lot, and that was actually made by the same developers as Souls, you know, but there was a lot missing from it. So, this seems to have everything you would want. Like, as far as, like, just the variety of things you can do. I mean, it's weird because it seems like it's just as limited as Bloodborne was, because my problem with Bloodborne is that you could only do one thing. Like, you didn't have the options, like the customization options that you get with Souls, like all the different armors and stuff. Like, in Bloodborne, everything looked the same. It was just a trench coat and hat. Like, it was different variants of a trench coat and hat, but that's all you can make. And I get it, it fit the story, you know, the game or what have you. And this is the same way. Like, you essentially just get, you know, samurai armor and samurai weapons, at least based on this alpha. I don't know if you can get European style armor and weapons, you know, at some point in the actual game, but even with that, I mean, there's been so many, like, just running around killing these dudes, I picked up so many different variants of, you know, the armor. It's pretty much been the same weapons over and over, you know, just a spear and a sword, but I've fought these remnants of people here, and they had some pretty cool weapons. Like, I fought a guy with a giant hammer and things like that. So, you know, just in this alpha, there's so much customization you can do already. It's just, I'm just blown by it. I'm looking forward to what the actual game will have in store. So, I mean, it's definitely going to be a day one pickup for me. And I'll probably, you know, do a blind run with that like I'm doing with Dark Souls 3 right now. But it's a good game. I think it's definitely worth checking out. Like, I'm not gonna, like, give it a rating or anything like that, because I think that shit's stupid. But I will say, since the shit's free and it's available, like, you don't need a special code or anything. I mean, the alpha's completely open to everybody in the public. So definitely, I mean, download this shit and check it out, man. You can't, I mean, what can it hurt? It's free. You don't have to pay anything. I mean, if you like it, cool. If you don't, it's still cool. But, I mean, at least give it a shot. It's definitely worth a shot. Like, I think every game deserves a chance. Like, I don't like to say a game is garbage without actually trying it. Like, I can look at one and be like, hey, I don't think I'd like the way that looks, but I'll still try it. And this is definitely worth a shot. Which is interesting to me because I've never actually, I don't think I've ever actually liked a game by this developer at all. I mean, I know they did Ninja Gaiden, and I played, like, I don't know, I tried it, I didn't really like, I couldn't get into it. And that's probably blasphemous to say too, because I know that's a really serious game, like a lot of people loved it, it just wasn't my cup of tea. And then the same thing with Dead or Alive, like, I really love fighting games. I'll upload some fighting game stuff eventually. And it just, I don't know, I just wasn't feeling DOA either. So I was a bit skeptical, like, coming into this is like a Ninja Gaiden Dark Souls game. That doesn't sound too hot, but it turns out to be pretty cool. Like, I'm really enjoying this shit. Like I said, I'm playing the damn alpha like it's a real game. Shit's fun. Just run around. I hadn't even completed it yet. I'm just having so much fun killing these guys. And then I'll just go back to the well, not the bonfire. It's not the Dark Souls thing, but I'll just go back to the little shrine, respawn them, and just do it all over again. You know, it's just something about it. It's just cool. The combat's really enjoyable. I mean, it's fluent, it's fast. It's the frame rate. That's the other thing that's cool. Like the way you can customize even like the graphics on the game. Like you have a choice. I'm playing in movie mode right now because I'm not. Like, I don't really care. I wouldn't say I don't care, but like I don't notice frame rate drops unless they're really bad, like horrible. Like Armored Core on PS3 horrible. Like that's the only time I notice. But like or hell, like Fallout New Vegas frame drops on PS3. That was garbage too. But you know, they have to get terrible for me to really notice. I don't know. I'm just not trained that way. But if you are one of those people that notice it and it bothers you a lot, you do have like there's two settings for graphics. There's like an action setting, which stabilizes the frame rate, but the resolution would be, you know, I wouldn't say terrible, but I mean, you notice that shit, the resolution drop. And then you have movie mode, which is what I'm playing on now, which makes the game just absolutely beautiful. I mean, this is an alpha and it looks legit. Like, I can't imagine what the actual game's gonna look like when it comes out. And then, but it doesn't stabilize the frame rate, you know, so you can either play with a stable frame rate, stable 60, or stable resolution. So I think that's cool too. I mean, combat really isn't affected by the. I mean, if there are frame rate drops, there's no way I can tell, but I seem to be fighting pretty well. Maybe I'll give it a shot in the action setting to see if that actually makes a difference or not. But I mean, so far just playing like this is cool. In the movie setting, which is the default setting, the movie setting. Yeah, it's definitely worth a shot. I'm trying to get myself to the point. Like, I wish I should have kept, like, recorded all my struggles with this, because I mean, it's just like Souls, it's a learning process. Like right there, I just took out 2 guys at once. There was a time I couldn't do that. Like I was just getting bodied trying to fight more than one person. So, I don't know, maybe get to the point where I can just start bodying groups of enemies at once. Like, just your skills go up. But yeah, that's just all. I just had to give my thoughts on that. Like, is it better than Souls? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, in my opinion, I think it kind of is. And like I said, that might just be because it's new. Like, I got those, you know, new game goggles on, so that could be what it is. But definitely give it a shot for yourself. I mean, I think it's accessible enough that even people who don't play Souls are... Like, it's not one of those things where you have to... Like, Lords of the Fallen, for example, it didn't really... It was definitely made to cater to Souls fans. Like, if you didn't like Souls, there's no way you could play through that game at all. Not that it was hard or anything, it's just... That's the only... that was that game's only saving grace, was the fact that it was so similar to Souls. I mean, aside from that, that game was horrible. It was garbage. Just the story was bad. combat, I mean, everything was just, it wasn't that great. But what kept me playing is that, hey, it reminds me of Dark Souls. Where this, I feel like, if you don't even like Dark Souls or never played it, you can still get down with this game. Like, it's similar in a lot of ways, but different enough to stand on its own. And I think that's what I really like about it. And it kind of has that... Oh shit, I didn't fuck myself up right there. We both died. It kind of has like an Onimusha type vibe to it as well, which I like. Let me eat these crackers real quick. Because Onimusha was, I mean, that was my game as well. I've been wanting so bad for another Onimusha game to come out. I don't know what Capcom's doing with that, but definitely needs to happen. And I really wish there was a, you know, since they do all those HD remakes and remasters, I really wish there was a remake or remaster of the Onimusha series. I know they can't do it because of it was because of how the game was made. Pretty much it used, you know, the voice and likenesses of, like, you know, real legit actors. And so the way the contracts work is that they were only contracted for those, you know, that particular games, those games on those platforms. So they, you know, put them in an HD collection, they'd have to pay them all over again. And I'm guessing just Capcom just doesn't have the money for that. Or it's just, I wouldn't say they don't have the money, I'm sure they do, but it'd probably be it's too big of a gamble to invest what it would take to renew those contracts, and what if people don't buy the game, you know, like, there's already a bad taste in people's mouths about remakes and remasters, which I don't think that's too bad of a thing. I mean, it's cool in a way. Like, it just depends on the situation, and it all depends on the person too. Like, I wouldn't buy a remaster of a game I've already got. Like, I bought a lot of games for PS3. So, I mean, if it's a game I have on PS3, and I didn't trade in my PS3, so it's a game I already have, I'm not going to buy a remaster of it. But, I mean, some games I didn't have a chance to get yet, or whatever the case it may be, and then you got to think there's a lot of people who legit came from Xbox. Like, that was their main console, and they made the Switch, so those exclusives they didn't get to play. So it just depends on the situation. But a game like Onimusha, I feel like I would definitely want. One, because I never bought them. I've only played them. That's when, you know, Onimusha is old school. That was back when, like, there was actual video stores to... I mean, I know video stores still exist, but this was before GameFly and all that, so... Like, I legit used to... Back then, that was when I was really young, so... Like, I didn't work and all that stuff, so, like, it was just cheaper to rent a game, you know, and play it that way versus buying every copy of every game. So that's how I played all the Onimusha games, like all 4 of them. I guess there's technically 5 if you count that horrible Blade Warriors game, but I mean, that's how I played them. I rented them and played them that way. So I know they came out with the box set, like the legit box set for PS2. So I probably should have bought that when that was a thing, but now it's to the point, I mean, I don't even have a working PS2. Mine crapped out on me, so, like, with the systems not being backwards compatible, that's another thing. Like, with the systems not being backwards compatible and everything, it'd be cool to, you know, to play some of those old games again, and a remaster or just like a collection on disc is a great way to do that. I mean, there's obviously a market for them. They keep making them, people keep buying them, so that's one I really want to see. Just like the games you really want remastered don't get remastered, like Onimusha. They did do, I'm trying to think what was the last remaster I bought. I don't think I bought any for PS4. But PS3, I did get the Devil May Cry. Oh, that's the yeah. That was the one I got for PS4. Was Devil May Cry and then Metro. Because I never played the first Metro because it wasn't on PlayStation. I have the Metro as well. I could have sworn there was another guy besides this guy up here. I don't know how he hit me. There is another guy up here. I'm not tripping. Gotta get somewhere where I can eat these crackers real quick. Yeah, that is so cool. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely excellent. I don't know about this hat, though. I'll have to get rid of that. I need to get my spear back, but it's about to break. I don't want to go in that house yet. That dude with the sword. You shooting fire arrows at me. His head smooth off. And I got a bow. So there's another, that's an actually new weapon for me. I hadn't had a bow yet. So that's cool. I don't know why he never dropped it before. I fought that guy a couple of times. Move off. Look, chopped his arm off and everything. That shit's so cool to me. Oh man, that dude took an L because his armor was too heavy. I was using some heavier armor at one point, but I didn't like it because it made your stamina, or in this game they call it ki, but your ki drains like way too fast. You have that heavy armor and it's hard to do those dashes. Oh, that's cool. So I ended up putting this, just the regular shirt back on. Which still looks cool. Yeah, just a plain shirt. Kind of looks weird wearing a samurai helmet with it though. I might have to adjust that. It has an option like Mass Effect does where you can hide your helmet, which is cool. That's kind of something I wish Dark Souls had, was the hide helmet thing. You still have the benefits of wearing the helmet, but it didn't necessarily have to show up on your character. I always thought that was a cool feature. These crackers, I don't know what's going Okay, I thought I saw some. Let's see, let's go. I don't think anything's gonna hit me from here. I've got to fix up my weapons real quick. Definitely gonna use this spear. What is my sword doing? My sword's not broken yet. Okay, so you can go out that way. Oh, there's a monster back there. I never went inside that house before. Giant monster. I don't feel like fighting a giant monster right now. Oh, it's coming after me. It's coming for me, y'all. It's coming for me. Let me see if I can lure it back. If I get my ass kicked by it, I don't want to have to walk all the way back here again. I'm starting to think that this game doesn't have monsters, but I guess it does. Like, I thought you just fought people. There's nothing wrong with that, a monster being in the game. It's kind of cool. Now it definitely has its own Musha vibe to it. Oh my god. He got some skills. Oh, it got me. That's gonna be my next mission, is taking that monster out. Sure. I can't go down like that. I can't go out like that. Hold up a sec. I am glad I lured that thing back to the beginning. Not want to have to go all the way back there to look for those souls. Alright. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get off this. I might play some more Nioh later on. Maybe stream it a little bit, upload some YouTube, but I just wanted to just kind of make this video saying my impressions of it. You know, what I thought, things of that nature. Definitely going to continue with that blind run of souls. I'll probably get us up to the next bonfire or boss battle, whatever's going to happen next on that later on today. But thanks again to everyone who takes a look. Greatly appreciate it. Everybody have a great day.